INFJs are one of the rarest personality types, making up only 1–2% of the population. They are deep thinkers, highly intuitive, and incredibly empathetic. While they may appear calm and collected on the outside, inside, they often fight battles no one else can see. These silent battles stem from their deep emotions, perfectionist tendencies, and strong sense of responsibility for others. They absorb emotions like a sponge, struggle to express their own needs, and often feel out of place in the world. This leads to emotional exhaustion, loneliness, and overthinking. Despite their struggles, INFJs are strong and resilient. They care deeply about people and want to make the world a better place. However, this can come at a personal cost. Many INFJs feel they have to hide their struggles to avoid burdening others or being misunderstood. In this video, we will explore 6 major reasons why INFJs fight silent battle. These reasons will help INFJs understand themselves better and learn how to cope with their hidden struggles. By the end, INFJs will see that they are not alone and that their challenges are part of what makes them so unique and special. Reason 1. You absorb everyone's emotions. One of the biggest struggles INFJs face is their ability to absorb the emotions of others. This happens naturally due to their extroverted function, which makes them highly in tune with people's moods and feelings. INFJs don't just notice emotions, they feel them as if they were their own. If someone is sad, angry, or anxious, the INFJ will absorb that energy without realizing it. This is why they often feel emotionally drained after spending time with others, especially in large groups. This ability to pick up on emotions makes INFJs great friends, counselors, and listeners. They instinctively know how to comfort and support others. However, it also means they take on emotional weight that doesn't belong to them. The worst part is that many INFJs don't even realize they're doing it. They might wake up feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or sad without knowing why. In reality, they are carrying the emotions of people they interacted with, sometimes even days ago. To cope with this, INFJs need to set boundaries and protect their emotional energy. Spending time alone, journaling, or practicing mindfulness can help them separate their own feelings from the emotions they absorb from others. Reason 2. You struggle to express your own feelings. While INFJs are great at understanding others, they struggle when it comes to expressing their own feelings. They may be deeply emotional inside, but they find it hard to put those emotions into words. This happens for several reasons. First, INFJs tend to prioritize others' needs over their own. They don't want to burden people with their problems, so they keep their struggles to themselves. Instead of opening up, they become the listener and problem solver for everyone else. Second, INFJs fear being misunderstood. Their emotions are complex and layered, and not everyone can understand them. Many INFJs have experienced moments where they finally opened up, only to be met with dismissal or confusion. This makes them even more hesitant to share their thoughts. Instead of talking about their emotions, INFJs process them internally. They replay conversations in their heads, analyze situations from every angle, and bottle up their feelings. Over time, this can lead to emotional exhaustion, stress, or even sudden emotional outbursts. To break this cycle, INFJs should find safe spaces to express their emotions. This could be through writing, talking to a trusted friend, or even therapy. They must remind themselves that their feelings matter just as much as everyone else's, and that being vulnerable is a sign of strength, not weakness. Reason 3. You battle between idealism and reality. INFJs are natural dreamers. They have a strong vision of how life, relationships, and the world should be. Their introverted intuition, NE, helps them see possibilities that others miss. However, this can lead to a painful struggle between their idealism and reality. They believe in kindness, honesty, and deep connections. But in reality, the world can be harsh, people can be selfish, and relationships are often complicated. This disconnect between expectations and reality can cause deep disappointment. INFJs may feel frustrated that others don't share their values, or that their dreams don't unfold the way they imagined. This struggle affects their personal and professional lives. In relationships, they seek deep, meaningful bonds, but many people prefer surface-level interactions. In their careers, they want to make a difference, but they often feel trapped in routines that lack meaning. Because of this, many INFJs experience a constant internal battle. Should they lower their expectations to avoid disappointment? Or should they keep holding on to their ideals, even if it leads to frustration? The key is balance. INFJs should hold on to their values but also accept that imperfections are part of life. Instead of feeling disheartened, they can focus on small, meaningful ways to create change. They don't have to save the whole world, but they can make an impact one step at a time. Reason 4. You feel different from everyone else. INFJs often feel like they don't belong anywhere. Even as children, they may have noticed that their way of thinking was different from others. While their peers were interested in small talk and everyday activities, INFJs were more drawn to deep conversations, creativity, and introspection. This feeling of being different continues into adulthood. INFJs often find it difficult to relate to people who don't share their depth. They may feel like they're on the outside looking in, struggling to find others who truly understand them. Part of this comes from their rare personality. Since INFJs make up a small percentage of the population, it's not easy for them to find like-minded individuals. This can lead to loneliness, even when they are surrounded by people. At times, they may even try to blend in to feel more accepted. They might suppress their true thoughts, agree with others to keep the peace, or hold back their insights to avoid overwhelming people. But this only leads to more frustration and a sense of losing themselves. The best way for INFJs to overcome this struggle is to embrace their uniqueness. Instead of trying to fit into a world that doesn't understand them, they should seek out people who do. Whether through books, online communities, or deep one-on-one connections, INFJs can find the sense of belonging they crave. Reason 5. You overthink and analyze everything. INFJs are masters of overthinking. Their minds are constantly analyzing past conversations, future possibilities, and everything in between. While this ability helps them see connections that others miss, it can also be mentally exhausting. They replay interactions, wondering if they said the wrong thing. They analyze people's words and actions, looking for hidden meanings. And when faced with a decision, they consider every possible outcome, often feeling paralyzed by indecision. This overthinking is fueled by their introverted thinking, TI, which helps them break down complex ideas. But when combined with their sensitivity and perfectionism, it becomes a double-edged sword. Instead of trusting their instincts, INFJs second-guess themselves and hesitate to take action. This can also lead to self-criticism. INFJs hold themselves to high standards, and when they fall short, they analyze their mistakes endlessly. They worry about disappointing others or making the wrong choice, which only adds to their stress. The best way for INFJs to combat overthinking is to ground themselves in the present moment. Activities like journaling, meditation, or even simple breathing exercises can help quiet their racing minds. They also need to practice self-compassion, reminding themselves that they don't have to be perfect, they just have to be human. Reason 6. You prioritize others over yourself. INFJs are natural caregivers. They put everyone else's needs before their own, often without realizing it. Their extroverted feeling, function, makes them highly attuned to others' emotions, and they feel a strong sense of responsibility to help. While this makes INFJs amazing friends, partners, and co-workers, it also comes at a cost. They give so much to others that they forget to take care of themselves. They say yes when they want to say no, offer support even when they're exhausted, and feel guilty for putting themselves first. The problem is that this self-sacrificing nature leads to burnout. INFJs may feel emotionally drained, overwhelmed, or even resentful when their kindness isn't reciprocated. Yet, they rarely speak up because they don't want to cause conflict or seem selfish. Another struggle is that INFJs attract people who take advantage of their kindness. Because they are deeply empathetic, they often end up in one-sided relationships where they give more than they receive. This makes them feel unappreciated and unimportant. The solution: INFJs need to learn the power of boundaries. Saying no isn't selfish, it's necessary. Taking time for themselves isn't neglecting others. It's ensuring they have the energy to keep helping. By setting limits and prioritizing self-care, INFJs can protect their mental and emotional health while still being the compassionate individuals they are. INFJs fight silent battles every day, struggling with emotions, expectations, and their deep need to help others. But these challenges don't make them weak. They make them uniquely strong. Understanding these struggles is the first step towards self-acceptance. INFJs don't have to change who they are. They just need to set boundaries, embrace their uniqueness, and give themselves the same care they offer to others. If you're an INFJ, know that you are not alone. Your quiet battles shape the incredible person you are. And while the world may not always understand you, that doesn't mean your struggles or your strengths go unnoticed.